Hello for kids, this is day 45 of me playing just every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have the game, we have the white pieces against a very strong opponent, so let's play pawn to e4. Waiting for my opponent's first move, pawn e5 and knight to f3 attacking. Then pawn of course, knight c6 and we get the very common Ruy Lopez or the Spanish game with pawn to a6. This is the best move and the main line. Bishop f4. This is of course very known theory, knight f6 being the best move and the main move. Castles here. Bishop e7 is the close to Lopez. Now rook e1, defending the pawn, and now we're threatening to take the knight and then take the pawn, so b5 needs to be played. Bishop b3 and d6 or castles. d6 it is. Now we play c3, trying to play d4, castles and h3. And there are many options in this position. Black usually plays the move knight a5, knight b8 or bishop to b7. There are some other moves as well, but this is just the most common theory. Knight a5, knight b8 or bishop b7. And knight a5 played, this is the Chigorin variation, bishop c2 now. And c5, wow, my opponent still following the main line theory. Now pawn to d4, the best move striking in the center, and I had a lot of overboard games starting from this position. Now queen c7 is the best move, followed by something like knight bd2 takes, knight b6 and the knight c6, and the theory goes on. I will show you the theory most likely in the analysis section of the game. Takes. Now queen c7 because this pawn is under attack, or knight to c6, but knight c6 is not a move actually. It's not played very often. I'm not sure why, but I suspect it is because of something like b3 bishop b2. But queen c7 excuse me, is a very logical move. You are developing the queen, you are trying to defend the e5 pawn by putting some extra layer of defense on this pawn chain here. But yes, if you don't know the move queen c7, you will never play queen c7, probably. Takes is okay, it's not the best for black because I can develop very quickly, attacking this pawn with knight f5 perhaps, bishop f4 definitely. Knight to c6 played, wow. So knight c6, now I believe the theory is to push with b3. b3 or maybe a4 bishop b7 is also an option. I don't like this though. b3 knight b4 perhaps. I don't really know how to face this kind of position, so just a second. Like this better, excuse me. Okay, everything fine. So knight b4 is kinda annoying. So, no, knight b4 hangs a pawn. Takes and takes. Should hang a pawn, so b3, bishop b2. If knight b4, I mean just takes here. Or maybe I trade queens firstly. No, but then the bishop is hanging here. So I cannot really trade queens, but okay, bishop to d7. Now bishop b2, very logical move. Of course I played b3 with an intention of putting the bishop on b2. And now I'm attacking the pawn once again with this pressure over here. And the bishop from c1 doesn't usually go to b2 in Ruy Lopez positions. And he takes, wow. It usually goes to e3 or maybe to g5, but okay, this is an exception to the rule. So now I go. Should I take with the knight? Yes, but knight b4. I could then just play something like knight f5, and I had a similar position once in an overboard game. I drew the game, but I had a very nice position. And I also had this kind of position, but pawn was here and pawn was here. That trade never happened. Okay, rook c8. Kinda threatening knight b4, but not really. But now these queenside pawns are a bit weak, yeah? And how to do this? I have a lot of time. I think something like knight to d2 is the best. And knight f3. Knight d2 takes. But queen c7 develops really quick pressure. But rook c1 though. And everything should be just fine. So yes, knight d2. But I have a lot of time. Let me think for a second. Knight d2. If d5. I could push potentially. Knight e8. Then knight f3 should be very nice position. Yes, so knight d2, anything else? Knight takes. Bishop takes. The pawn is defended, the bishop is defended. Queen c7, I go here. Yes, just knight d2 with an intention of playing knight f3. And I mean this d6 pawn is very weak. That's my side of play, and of course my opponent will try to play on the c file. He will maybe try to even push with d5, but currently that's not possible yet. And yes, this h3 pawn does a really good job defending this g4 square, because if d5, e5, if knight g4 was possible, then I'm in some trouble. I guess I have knight f3 though, but you get the point. And the position should be pretty balanced. Probably the engine likes my position a bit more because of this weak pawn here. But of course, from a human perspective, both positions are very playable. But the fact that you cannot push before because I play knight c4 is a bit... But I mean, you don't really want to play before anyway, so... Maybe queen c7 now, threatening to take. But if queen c7 I just take, play rook c1, if queen b7 I then go knight b3. And I have this knight pair of bishops here. And these two bishops are not as good at the moment, but they have a full potential to be on this long diagonal, maybe on this diagonal, when pawns get traded off the board, perhaps. I'm feeling optimistic. I don't wanna overestimate my position, and queen b6 is a move that kinda doesn't make sense. I saw the move, but I can just play knight f3. Defending. If takes, I guess bishop takes, or maybe knight takes. Maybe queen takes as well. No, queen takes would hang this. Maybe bishop on c2, yes. So let's start with knight f3. If g5 with an idea of g4, this simply doesn't work because my knight is defended here. And knight f3. If rook here, maybe rook c1 then. And knight f5, maybe takes, maybe knight f5, maybe it takes and play knight d4 anyway, so knight f3. This pawn is sufficiently defended. This knight on d4 is sufficiently defended. Did I say the pawn on e3? No, I said the pawn on e4, excuse me. I'm just getting confused all the time, so okay. I'm drinking water from this forky cup. It is the best cup ever. Okay, knight b4 happens. Knight b4 is a nice move. But I mean... Okay, let's calculate knight b4. I guess I cannot really go to b1. Although, why not? a3 then, here, takes, knight d4. I mean, probably I just need to play something like... I mean, my bishop is not really attacked. That's the first thing I need to make sure in my head, that I know that bishop is not under attack. Second of all, the a2 pawn will be a target if I play rook c1, so that's not playable. Bishop b1, a3 weakens this pawn, so knight here takes, win d3 perhaps, with some clear intentions. That is something I really like, but he won't just let me to push a3, he will play a move. What will be that move? Perhaps rook here, then a3 here takes, bishop takes. is a clear target on my pawn. Have bishop d4, queen c7. Perhaps bishop b1, a3 here, and then queen d3 here, or bishop here and then push. Yes. Bishop b1. Knight c2 is not possible. There is no e5 or something, so bishop b1. My rook cannot get trapped because the c2 square is just over protected here. And yes, I don't really want to give up this light square bishop. He has a very big potential here on this diagonal. Okay, I see his point. His point is a3 here and takes with the bishop, but I don't really need to take after a3, and here I can play queen d3, threatening to take and push with e5. Now I suddenly don't like my position anymore because he's getting a lot of pressure. But if here, my pawn is under attack, that's true. But I can take here, but the rook is hanging in the corner, so that's not too good. Here, queen d3. That's my move. Yes, a3 takes, and I don't take. I play queen d3 as planned, threatening e5. I mean, threatening to take, and perhaps play e5. Maybe I'm playing too quickly, but that was my plan from the beginning. If there is here, I mean, I don't think there is, because I can play knight f3 and the pawn is simply hanging here too many times. So takes, bishop takes, threatening to take and push e5 and win, because this is, I mean, this diagonal is just threatening to take on h7 at some moment. I'm creating this battery. Okay, but I'm not believing you that you don't lose the pawn on. I mean, my pawn is defended. I can take and play knight f3. I could also play knight f5. Knight f3 looks better. Knight f3, bishop c6, I can still take. Bishop takes and rook takes. Should be just much better. With also this something to look after. I mean, this rook looks really nice. This bishop on b1 looks really bad. But if I can trade off some pieces, I should be fine. This pawn is hanging. Rook d8 perhaps. I could always go to e3 maybe. Maybe bishop a2. Oh, you go here, really. But now I can just take. You go here, I take. The c1 is defended. If here, and here you cannot go to c2 either. There is no fork here. I don't know what you are seeing here. I'm attacking your bishop. I mean, threatening to take and then push and then win the game. So now you just need to take. I don't know how you are going to take. Oh, but if bishop takes, I'm calculating if there is possibly f3, which doesn't really change anything. So, oh, you play rook d8. Does this change anything at all? I think yes, but in my favor. I can play queen e3, now the pawn cannot be captured. Still threatening to take here. This needs to be calculated very well. Spotted if you found it. And then he will have a piece and two rooks, and I would have two pieces and two rooks. Oh no, he would have a queen and a rook. and I don't like that position that much. So queen e3, bishop c5. I can just take it, right? Yes. Queen e3. Let's play it. I am a bit down on the clock. Oh, he's from Moldova. Wow. I don't know where that is. Where that is, excuse me. So bishop takes, just loses a piece. And then maybe rook c2, but I can always play something like bishop c1, maybe bishop e3, or a rook b1, or I mean anything. So we cannot take the pawn. I'm threatening the bishop and then to push and then to win. I mean, these bishops look really nice on this diagonal, and I'm also up a pawn at this moment that cannot be forgotten. Bishop e8. I mean, I guess, but maybe even knight g4 at that point takes here, here and here, or here and here, or here and here. I mean, that's just something I need to be careful about. Rook e8, you play rook d8 to play rook e8, wow. So I'm only seeing one move after takes, that is to take with the queen and here and to play here. That's probably your defense. But I can... Takes is probably the best move, so let's just play it. And then to push, but then this gives away the d5 square, which might be very important. If rook takes here, here, and yes, queen takes is the only move, yes. Here and here. Oh, there is also takes, but then the rook is hanging. No. Yes. I was thinking about d5 then, but it doesn't quite work. So here, here. Where to put my queen there? Then. Maybe queen d3, g6 perhaps, e6 takes, here wins the game. Push, let's push. Here, here, g6 only move, right? Yes, because if you play something like queen g6, I can always just take the knight. Or maybe you could play something else that I'm not seeing, like knight d7, of course, but I'm still playing here and here. And also that allows something like bishop e4, perhaps queen g3 maybe. And I'm getting a lot of initiative here, which is very, very important now. And yes, I think I'm doing just fine in this position. My opponent deciding where to put the knight. It is probably the best to just put it on d5. It's the most active square, and I don't think there is anything else. Probably he's calculating how he will meet the checkmate threat with queen to d3 or queen to e4 perhaps. Yes, probably. I mean, it's not really a checkmate threat. I mean, yes it is, but if you could just move the bishop for an instance, but then go here. I pick up this pawn and it's probably just lost for you at that moment. Oh, you play bishop d5 even. But this allows me just to build a checkmate attack. Oh, I see what your idea is, to play something like here, here. But it still doesn't help you. Queen d3. The knight is threatened. Queen d3, rook somewhere. Queen c2 still maintaining on diagonal. I don't see what my opponent's idea is here, and I mean, this just looks very bad. I'm threatening to take after knight to d7. g6, yes. Oh, I'm pinned. Wow. Oh, wow, I'm pinned. LOL. But there is one more thing that kinda saves me. It is the move rook c1 and b4. So rook c1 now. The knight is under attack, and now I'm just threatening to play b4. And it is not that simple, but the pawn here cannot be captured. Or now that you say it, I guess it can be. And then bishop takes on f2 here and here. No, but the knight then is just hanging. Just wild position, so I think the analysis part of the game will be really fun here. I mean, my opponent down to 9 minutes. We are equal on time, but I'm not sure if we are equal on the board anymore. I guess he's fine if he finds all the best moves, but I am currently threatening b4. And bishop takes on f2 won't work because the rook is defended on c1. That's the biggest detail. And yes, I missed that I cannot take the knight. Why? Because I would still be pinned. This is a very nice idea of sacking the knight to play bishop takes on f2. To play something like here. Takes, and here. Here. But I'm also threatening... No, I'm not threatening back rank mate. And now, I think the best move is to sack the rook, actually. So takes. Maybe going here is okay. Wow. So... should we take the rook? I think we should. And then take here. And then just generate an attack here. So let's sack the rook. I mean, that's probably not what my opponent was thinking about, but... these two bishops in exchange for a rook and a pawn should be just enough to win the game. And if rook takes, of course I play here. No, I don't, because there is check and I lose. No, yes, no. I don't lose, but... I mean, even rook takes just here. And here, and here, and checkmate. That's my idea. Or maybe queen d2 and there. It is kinda hard to defend against it, and I just kill all the fun out of black's position here. I mean, you could move your knight, for instance, to e7. No, you can't even move to e7 because I firstly take, and then simply take, being up 2 pieces, which should be enough to win the game. And I mean, this bishop here. This bishop is not as good biting on granite here, but maybe I will just sacrifice it in the future. But I mean, but this bishop on b2 is just a monster here on this diagonal. My opponent spending a lot of time, which is very good for me. I don't think there is... I mean, rook takes, pawn takes, check, and here might be something. But queen c7, I played g3. I'm always threatening to play queen d2 here and here. And the back rank is also weak. You take with the queen, okay. But now... I can just take the knight. e takes. If check, I go here. Here I play g3, right? Yes. No, here I take the queen, so. Queen c7. g3, I don't think you have any checks left. There is the move here. Queen to c6, threatening checkmate of your own. Oh, you actually can take on f2. Wait, how did I miss that? Never threatening just here. Wait, now this is kind of suspicious for me now. I need to be very, very precise. Queen g3 doesn't work. Rook h1. Takes, takes. Oh, my bishop is also hanging. I mean, here just takes. Here there is check. Here, here, here. Check. Here. Check. Here wins the game. Oh. I mean, check. Takes. It's not clear. So let's find one move that could potentially work out for me. If bishop here, then simply check. Here still doesn't work. I mean, you can take. You can also play here. Queen d4 is potentially the best move. I'm not seeing a move for my opponent actually. Here, here, here. And you go here. 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 No. That's not good enough. Here. Wait, you cannot go here. What? How am I so stupid? This just works. Queen d4. I mean, perhaps I'm missing something and there is like the move. I'm threatening your queen. There is no check. There is no here. There is no here. You cannot move your rook because you get mated. Probably that's the... I don't know why I was calculating here and here. I mean, that's the whole point of putting the queen on this diagonal, to stop any checks and to defend the bishop, of course. Now I'm probably threatening to play... I mean, firstly, we'll go a move by move. I'm not sure how he will defend the threat of queen takes. Perhaps with queen here. But then I have bishop here. If takes, just takes. Winning. There is no other move, I think. There is queen f1. Threatening here. But then there is no rook e3. Because the queen defends. You just take. And oh, and rook c1, right? Okay, I guess I missed that. Rook c1 now. Picks up my bishop. I will be down on exchange, but I mean just here, here and here. Here is forced. How to do something from this position? What is my dream position? It feels like there is so much in the position. But there is nothing because... here. Should be fine, but I mean, my bishop is perfect here, but rook a2. Is there anything else? There is not. Bishop takes on g6, no. Bishop f2 doesn't work because you simply go here. So rook a2 and rook c2. Activating the rook. Here, only move. Perhaps there is also something like this, but h6, check, here. Oh, you can go here, wow. I also forgot about that part. Wait. Now here threatens nothing. So rook d2 here, I can go here. Takes and take. So rook d2 probably my only chance. Here does absolutely nothing except this rook is bad on h1. There is no check, and then because the c3 is guarded, now I'm probably threatening to play something like here. Here. To play h5 even. Bishop f2. Bishop g3. No. So, where to put my bishop actually? Bishop f2, check. Wait, that is an insane idea. Lol. Bishop f2, here, here, check, here. Bishop f2 threatens probably here, here. Something like here then. Where... I mean, my opponent has an exchange. He's up an exchange, but yesterday my opponent was also up an exchange, and I suddenly won the game. Please check out that game as well. Rook d2. Rook e2 probably. Rook e2 and here. I mean, if I trade, then probably I'm just lost. So I cannot really trade. And now rook d8 or rook c8 will be played. But if I get the bishop to g7, we can go here, yes, but I give check. Check is probably the best I have. Check. And probably bishop h4. Probably this loses somehow. Like rook here. Here. Oh, I also have here. And then h4. Wow. I'm not losing. I mean, this is an improvement for me. But now g5 here and king g6. You go here. With what? Oh, this is an idea. I guess. It's logical. But I can do here. I can go here, here, check, check. I mean here. Here and here. Here is a move, but you go here. How to defend this pawn? No, I'm just losing now. I forgot about rook d5. I mean, I was low on time already, so... No, this is just lost now. If I lose this pawn, then probably I lose the game. Well, hold on. G5? I could go bishop e1. Bishop e1, here, and here. And then this is checkmate. Bishop e1. Here. Here wins the rook. I mean the exchange. Because if you move the rook, I give you checkmate. So now it's up to you how... I mean there is rook e6 as well. Just g5, okay. That's logical as well. And now I probably lose. But this was my best try, so... What can I do? Rook f7. Here. I could also then go here, which is not that bad. But yes, you go here. H4 maybe. If takes, I take. But you of course play here. You need to take back with the king. Otherwise you're getting pinned. I mean it is very much winning now. But there are still some chances perhaps. And of course my opponent was much higher rated than I was, so I mean my opponent played just very good game. What can I say? Just g4 here, yes. I don't think there is anything I can do now at this point of the game. Go here perhaps. Here. Maybe something, but I mean the queenside pawns will collapse as well, so I mean the rook d3 now, I go here. And at that point I'm still losing, so there is no hope for me. If he takes the pawn, he's just winning. I go bishop f4 now. Going for here. And then if I can get that, maybe I can get the h5 pawn. I mean, of course it is lost. The computer would win this 100 times out of 100 times, so... Oh wow, very good move once again. Let's go rook a8 actually, to generate some counterplay, and now f6 probably. Although f6, perhaps there are some checks, but you can always go to f5. I mean, it was a very nicely played game. f5 though, probably it's still winning, but here you go here. I can give check, and then f6, but then check. Let's do that. If he goes... No, there is no checkmate. I was thinking if there is some checkmate here, but of course there is no. f6, but check here. I give one more check and then I'm done with checks, yes. Maybe like here. But he always have f5, so he always has, excuse me. Here, always here. If I can pick this pawn up, I'm still losing, so... What can I say? I will resign in few moves now, just for my opponent to demonstrate some technique. f5 I don't think is the best move, but it's still okay. And he's defending the g5 square, so I will resign in approximately 3 moves now. Takes on a3, maybe rook c2, yes. Rook b2 now. And now probably I resign. in this position, I will resign. If he finds rook b2, it's probably just over. If he takes the pawn, I mean, it's still just completely overwhelming the position for me. If he pushes f5 though, then I might have some chances. But why would you push f5? He's spending some time, this is logical, but king f5 and bishop g3. I resign now. Thanks for the game. Yes, I resign. GG. So yes, he's completely winning. So let's analyze the game now. Let's see how accurately both of us played. So let's see, the accuracy is loading, the game review is loading now. And okay, my opponent played with 90% accuracy. GG, kudos to you. And I played with 84, excuse me. Let's analyze the game now. So pawn to e4 was played. Excuse me, something is wrong with my computer yet again. I mean, it is processing this one quite slowly. But yes, pawn to e4, pawn e5, knight f3, knight c6. Now, there are many options, but I use bishop b5 as a weapon. So this is the Ruy Lopez, a6, bishop f4, knight f6, and castles. Now you can potentially take the pawn, but after something like rook e1, b5 here, d5, knight c3 is just okay for me. So d5 is not the best move if I remember correctly, but yes, it is. So maybe I'm just remembering something. So bishop e7 was played here, rook e1, and now I'm officially threatening to take the knight and then take the pawn because it is defended now. So b5 here, castles is a move, but d6 just retransposes here, and now h3 defending the g4 square. Now knight a5 here, this is still very much a theory. He took, I took, and now queen c7 is the best move. He played knight c6, which is very nice move, it is just okay. I played b3, which is a mistake. Wow, what should I have played? I should have played bishop e3 or knight to c3. Knight c3 being the best move, I will remember now. E takes, knight takes, queen takes is just better. I will play something like here. But okay, after b3 he played bishop b7. No, he played bishop d7, excuse me. Which wasn't the best move, and now bishop b2. E takes, knight takes, and rook c8. Now I played the move knight d2, which was fine. And after queen b6, I played knight 2 to f3. Knight b4 and bishop b1 was the best move, and I'm pretty proud of this move because I mean it looks just bad, but I mean you don't want to trade light square bishop for a knight. So now queen b7, no, queen b7, yes, excuse me. Now knight h4 was winning. If you play knight h4, I report you to Kramnik probably. So I played a3, knight c6, queen d3, and knight e5 is the best move. After takes, knight f3. He needed to play b4. Wow, this is another Kramnik moment. Why would you play b4? He played bishop c6, which is a losing blunder because of knight takes. Rook f to d8. Now I played queen e3, which was okay, and rook e8 was a mistake because of b4. I mean, it looks like this game is full of Kramnik moments. I don't understand b4 yet again. I guess it's stopping any bishop c5, so I guess that's not as Kramnik as before. So I simply took here, which is okay. Queen takes, and now b4, but I played e5. Bishop c5 was played, yes, excuse me. I played the move queen d3, which was a mistake. I should have played the move queen to e2, maintaining some option to go here. But I played queen d3, I thought I was winning a piece, but he simply played g6, I cannot take. Because my rook is hanging, so I played rook c1 pretty quickly, which was a mistake. I should have played something like, wow, b4 once again. I guess we both missed b4 for many times, but now here, and bishop, queen b6, excuse me, is the only move. Now I sack my rook, and after queen takes, I took here. Now I'm losing. Officially I'm losing. I should have played b4 and then takes. No. Here, queen c7 only move, bishop a2, and rook takes d5. I mean, I just took, I thought this is normal. Rook e1 here, and queen takes on f2, of course, the best move. Now, queen d4, queen takes, bishop takes, and rook c1, just winning the bishop. And here I just realized that I will probably lose the game, which is just true. My opponent played perfectly from here on. There was nothing to play for, and here I resigned in few moves, excuse me. Here I resigned. So GG to my opponent. And if you have anything to tell me, please let me know in the comments below. I will be reading and answering all of your comments. And if you like the video, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.